Bryshere Gray left that house. August the only one that stayed, and I guess he was really sick. He needed the house.
So I opened the door to Dwayne's dressing room, and that's when I see Dwayne having sex with Will. Will was bent over on the couch, and Dwayne was standing up, killing him.
They do weird things in their house, and young men have left their house to get away from them in their mentorship.
So Diddy's court documents have suggested that Diddy was not alone. Other names have also popped up, and now Bryshere Gray also has come with another shocking name.
In the world have done some of the best work of their career.
Yeah.
And the idea that they might be denied because of me.
You might know him better as Yaz the Greatest, an actor and rapper from the States. But now he's not just famous for his talents. He's also known as one of Will Smith's unlucky romantic interests.
I opened the door to Dwayne's dressing room, and that's when I see Dwayne and Will.
Let me process that for you.
But now, thanks to Diddy's case, every other celebrity who is directly or indirectly linked to it is in trouble. And what about Will Smith? Let's find out. Gray himself claims that his career was on the upswing until he crossed paths with Will Smith. And let's be real, considering Smith's track record with both men and women, it's not exactly shocking. So when whispers started circulating about them possibly being into each other, Gray's career took a nosedive. Now, Will and Jada Pinkett Smith have this whole open relationship thing going on, where they're cool talking about feelings with folks of any gender. So if Gray ended up being one of Will's romantic interests, it's not exactly breaking news. Check this out for a sneak peek.
Max, so Charlie was with me every step of the way, first out the limo. So Charlie has been with me, 30 years coming up in the business. So
now, the question on many people's lips after that was, could this trouble be with Will Smith's alleged protectors? For many people, the reasons behind Chris not filing the lawsuit against Will Smith is connected to the alleged power Will has to do anything he wants in Hollywood. Of course, the claim is that this power was gotten from performing certain activities that you definitely don't want to know about. For a long time, accusations kept flying that Will Smith indulged in certain rituals for power, including gay activities. We've all heard Jaguar Wright say it herself.
They're both bisexual. They do weird things in their house, and young men have left their house screaming to get away from them in their mentorship.
If it were only Jaguar Wright, maybe we can just say it's one of those claims. But as we could see from the clip at the beginning, even someone very close to Will Smith, his former assistant and friend Bilal, has come with even more damning details.
That I walked in on.
Who'd you walk in on?
Him and Dwayne Martin.
Okay.
Hollywood is the hurry up and wait game.
Perhaps that's why Jada decided to stay away from him. Just in case you don't know yet, Jada Pinkett Smith recently revealed the difficulties within her marriage to Will Smith. In a preview for an NBC News and Today show special tied to her upcoming memoir, Worthy, the Set It Off star, shared that she and Will Smith have been residing apart since 2016, despite maintaining a united front in public appearances.
2016, which is 7 years ago now.
Yes.
Y'all have been...
I made a promise that there will...
Speculations began to intensify in 2016 due to a well-known incident during the Oscars. In that year, Chris Rock famously roasted Jada Pinkett Smith in his monologue. According to Rock, Jada had approached him to step down from hosting the Oscars that year because her husband, Will Smith, had not received a Best Actor nomination for his role in the film Concussion.
Jada's mad her man, Will, was not nominated for Concussion. I get it. Tell the truth. I get it. You get mad? She said it's not fair.
Both Jada Pinkett Smith and Will Smith chose to boycott the ceremony, along with many other prominent figures in Hollywood, in response to the perceived lack of diversity in the nominations, which had sparked the viral hashtag #OscarsSoWhite. However, Rock disregarded Jada's request and, while hosting the Oscars, made a joke at her expense. Addressing her boycott of the ceremony, he said, "Jada, Pinkett Smith boycotting the Oscars is like me boycotting Rihanna's panties. I wasn't invited." He also said, "It's not fair that Will was this good and didn't get nominated. It's also not fair that Will was paid $20 million for Wild Wild West." However, Jada had something else to tell. Jada made it clear that the 2016 Oscars incident was resolved through a mutual apology during a phone call. According to her, she later realized the immense pressure Chris Rock must have been under. She was not really recognizing the level of pressure Chris might have been under at the time. I probably should have called him and gone, "Hey, are you okay? And just know that although I'm speaking out about the Oscars, I do wish you the best. And I just want you to know that me taking the time to have called him and said that, just to touch base." But his feelings might have been hurt. Pinkett Smith said that after the 2016 Oscars joke, Rock apologized, and I apologized to him as well. So I actually thought that we were good, that the hatchet was buried between us. And we hadn't talked since then until 2022 came. Pinkett Smith claimed she also received an apology from Rock after the 2022 Oscars altercation.
I know so much about these people's marriage. I kind of feel, literally, I kind of feel like I know more about their marriage than I know about my own damn marriage.
Now, this attracted the public's attention that immediately after slapping one can issue an apology also. The people have been speculating that this is all because of the power Will Smith holds. One person on the internet wrote, "If this didn't happen, I wouldn't even know about Oscar today." Well, his control is not only limited to the industry, but on his wife too. After their initial rift, Jada and Chris talked it out during the call, and Jada believed the matter was settled. Yet, following the 2016 Oscars incident, rumors about Jada and Will Smith's potential divorce began circulating. In an unexpected turn of events, Chris Rock reportedly asked Jada out on a date. She shared this revelation with people, believing that the situation had been resolved at that point. She described how every summer reports would circulate about her and Will Smith getting a divorce. She said, "Every summer, all the reports would come out that me and Will were getting a divorce." During one particular summer, Chris Rock assumed that they were indeed divorcing and decided to reach out to her. He expressed his interest in taking her out. Jada recalled, "And this particular summer, Chris Rock, he thought that we were getting a divorce. So he called me and basically he was like, 'I'd love to take you out.'" To which Jada responded with confusion, asking, "What do you mean?" Chris explained, "Aren't you and Will getting a divorce?" Jada clarified that these were just rumors and there were no divorce plans. Chris was taken aback by the misunderstanding and profusely apologized. However, in that same year, Jada and Will were not residing together, and this revelation has recently come to light as Jada herself has openly discussed it, fueling the growing speculation that she and Chris were involved in something during that period.
2016, you and Will decided that you were going to live completely separate lives.
Yes.
It was
According to her, she and her husband, Will Smith, have been leading entirely separate lives since 2016, as revealed in an interview with Hoda Kotb. This high-profile Hollywood couple, who tied the knot in 1997, have previously acknowledged their periods of separation and marital challenges, but never in such explicit terms. While it's not a formal divorce, Pinkett Smith explained to Kotb in a video snippet released on Today that it essentially resembles a divorce in all but the legal paperwork. It was not a divorce on paper, but it was a divorce, host Hoda Kotb said, which Pinkett Smith confirmed. She also revealed they live separately. Pinkett Smith explained why the two never formally announced a separation. "I think just not being ready yet. Still trying to figure out between the two of us how to be in partnership, right? And in regards to how do we present that to people, you know? And we hadn't figured that out." Now, fans have swiftly jumped to the conclusion that her separation from Will was linked to her close relationship with Chris, given that she apparently resolved the issue with a simple phone call. One person wrote, "Please don't look to others as couples' goals. You don't know why they got together. You don't know what they go through. You don't know why they left. Just focus on being healthy and having healthy relationships for yourself." Another one added, "This is straight up A. She gets off on dragging Will's name through the mud and won't leave him alone. It's actually disgusting. She is so evil." But the evidence suggests something else, which has apparently nothing to do with Chris. Some sources have suggested that their relationship was shaken because of Will's alleged extramarital affairs with men and women both. In recent news, Will Smith's name has become a topic of intense interest due to some surprising allegations that have emerged regarding his purported connections with multiple individuals over the course of his career. These allegations have garnered significant attention and sparked extensive discussions. As the saying goes, where there's smoke, there's fire. It seems that Will Smith has added to the intrigue by shedding light on his desire for escapism from his marital relationship.
And we decided.
I was done with your ass.
Yeah, you kicked me to the curb.
While being part of an unconventional family with unique marital dynamics is one thing, it becomes an entirely different situation when persistent rumors suggest that your husband may be entangled in clandestine relationships. Such is the current predicament in the Smith household, and it seems that the lady of the house has decided to openly disclose the reality.
Not a divorce on paper,
Right.
but it was a divorce. So from the year 2016, which is 7 years ago now,
Yes.
y'all have
The
been
journey commenced with the release of the timeless comedy drama 6 Degrees of Separation, where Will Smith portrayed a captivating swindler. The film attracted considerable attention when reports emerged that a kissing scene between Smith and his co-star Anthony Michael Hall had been surprisingly omitted from the final version. This occurrence set off a flurry of speculation. Was the renowned actor purposefully avoiding the kiss to sidestep potential scrutiny of his own S? These rumors have persisted over time, and the truth continues to remain veiled.
That Will Smith is bisexual and that they do this.
Furthermore, in a 2020 interview, Will contradicted his earlier statements about not fully immersing himself in the character, asserting that he wholeheartedly embraced the method acting approach for 6 Degrees of Separation.
Train your mind through blocking out Will and only living as the character, right?
In a recent development, Tisha Campbell has come forward with allegations that Will Smith was involved in extramarital relationships with her former spouse, Dwayne Martin. She took to Instagram to share an image regarding this matter. In her post, Tisha pointed out that the truth always comes out in the end, no matter how many times someone lies. This prompted one of her devotees to reply, "Thank you, even though they lie in the end." In response to this person, Tisha said, "And you're right, they will lie till the end. The real kiki is, people will stop believing them." Tisha's decision to type Will in all caps raised suspicions that she might be indirectly referencing Will and Jada in her post. Many quickly assumed that this could imply an alleged affair between Will and Tisha's former spouse, Dwayne Martin, who also happens to be a close friend of the Gemini Man actor. Furthermore, YouTuber Trisha Paytas made allegations against Will Smith, claiming that he intentionally caused harm to her male dancers. She specifically said, "How about worry about your daughter being in bed at 13 with her 20-year-old boyfriend? How about worry about your cheating husband one of my male dancers when they didn't want to?
How about worry about your fucking cheating husband my male dancers, when they didn't want to? How about talk about that?"
However, it appears that Will might have been influenced by the path set by his predecessor, Quincy Jones. For those unfamiliar, Quincy Jones is a multi-talented individual who has worked with icons like Frank Sinatra, Aretha Franklin, and the king of pop, Michael Jackson. Yet his fame doesn't stop there. Rumors about his interest in men have circulated for years, and recent developments suggest there might be some truth to those speculations. Recent disclosures have brought to light the possibility that Quincy Jones may not adhere to conventional S orientations. Startling allegations have emerged, suggesting that he wielded influence over the S preferences of notable individuals, including Will Smith and Tupac. These claims hint at his deep involvement within the LGBTQ+ community. Do you remember that unforgettable interview with Tupac? It was a pivotal moment when he revealed the questionable intentions.
Yeah, I think them rumors about Quincy Jones and all that crazy stuff about Pop was definitely.
Tupac allegedly disclosed that Quincy had presented inappropriate propositions, hinting at engaging in specific intimate activities. However, the story becomes more complex. Despite the interview reportedly gaining extensive traction on the internet, it was said to have curiously disappeared without any trace. One must acknowledge that a person with substantial power and influence would be capable of orchestrating such a vanishing act. With Tupac no longer here to verify the authenticity of that interview, it's not entirely unexpected that Quincy might be aiming to distance himself from these allegations. Even Napoleon, who was purportedly a close associate of Tupac, swiftly dismissed all rumors and defended Quincy Jones when confronted with the allegations. In an instant, he waved away all the gossip surrounding the matter.
Definitely, them rumors about Quincy Jones and all that crazy stuff about Pop was definitely rumors. Pac was about to marry his daughter.
Chris Rock also talked about this. The majority of his detractors are people who say he is punching down on black women because of his past statements about Meghan Markle and his repeated use of the word B to describe Jada Pinkett Smith. In other parts of his stand-up routine, Rock made some controversial remarks concerning the late Michael Jackson. A clip of him saying, "I'm all for social justice. I'm all for marginalized people getting their rights. The thing I have a problem with is the selective outrage. Selective outrage. You know what I'm talking about. One person does something and gets canceled, and somebody else does the exact same thing. Nothing." Chris continued, "You know what I'm talking about. You know, like the kind of people that play Michael Jackson songs, but won't play R. Kelly." At this point, a roar of laughter can be heard coming from the direction of the audience, which causes Rock to smile broadly.
Accused of a lot of dirty and disgusting things that have never been proven to be true. All of it's been
While it is clear that Rock got the chuckle he was hoping for on stage, the criticism that has been received online has been significantly less favorable. In fact, on March 6th, the nephew of the king of pop, Taj Jackson, publicly called out Chris. Taj tweeted, "Chris Rock has used my family as punching bags for his entire career. Yet I am supposed to feel bad for him getting slapped and humiliated on the Oscars. After seeing a new clip of him attacking my dead uncle in the first minutes of his Retaliation I'm Still Relevant special. Well, this is not only Taj Jackson, but the public also finds Chris extremely corny." One person commented, "Chris Rock wants people to feel sorry for him? He literally said, 'I am not a victim, F that.'" It seems like Chris has offended Michael Jackson's fans and supporters by allegedly trying to prove that Michael Jackson was a P and he will never be friends with P. Contrary to the perception of Will Smith merely being a typical father expressing affection by giving his son Jaden Smith a gentle peck on the cheek, their dynamic transcends conventional norms. The duo's displays of affection have extended to a level that transcends the ordinary. On various occasions, Will has been observed planting kisses on Jaden's lips. While some might readily dismiss it as innocent paternal love, there are those who are beginning to raise questioning eyebrows. Speculations have arisen, suggesting that these actions might signify more complex undertones beyond just affectionate bonding. The public reaction to Will Smith's affectionate behavior even prompted discomfort among his fans. Many individuals criticized him for seemingly making his son, Jaden, uneasy by frequently planting kisses on his lips. Despite the growing scrutiny, Will consistently refuted any insinuations of impropriety, maintaining his denial of any discomfort caused to Jaden by these gestures. Rumors are in circulation regarding Will and his wife Jada, who allegedly host lavish gatherings at their home, often attended by younger male guests. These events, as revealed by the outspoken Jaguar Wright, have been suggested to explore non-traditional boundaries. Some individuals even assert that they have personally observed young men leaving the Smith residence, appearing agitated. The echoes of their distressing cries reportedly pierce through the night air, adding to the mysterious aura surrounding these gatherings.
Book ass was not built to be able to maintain the swag of a Baltimore.
That is true.
Reports have emerged alleging that Quincy had engaged in a series of intimate liaisons with individuals, even when he was 70 years old. These allegations insinuate that Quincy had kept his interest in the same gender hidden for many years and might have held a role as a guardian of sorts for gay men within the realm of the entertainment industry.
You ever had a man multiple times?
Adding to the allegations concerning Quincy Jones, the deceased actress Alexis Arquette made a claim that Sheree Zampino, Will Smith's former wife, divorced him after reportedly witnessing Will in a compromising situation with another man. She said, "When Jada comes out as gay and her beard husband admits his first marriage ended when she walked into him, servicing his sugar daddy Benny Medina, then I will listen to them," she later clarified in the comments section. First wife. Paid off, silent. Nevertheless, Jada, renowned for her outspoken stance on boycotting the Oscars, chose not to address Alexis's statement at that point. On the contrary, Will refrained from commenting on the accusations, while his first wife, Sheree Zampino, was the one to voice her opinion. She criticized Alexis for her vindictive and hasty comments, asserting that Will is not and has never identified as queer.
Not only is it out of line, it's absolutely not true. And I'm offended and I'm hurt that someone...
Numerous fans found Cherie's response to be somewhat intense initially. Instead of dismissing the accusations as baseless, she took a strong stance, leaving some to speculate whether Alexis's remarks had indeed struck a chord. Moreover, persistent allegations have circulated over the years, suggesting that Jada's S orientation might not be as publicly known, leading to speculation about a concealed queer identity. In this context, the enduring friendship between Will and Dwayne has fueled rumors that they might share a particularly close bond, often referred to as a bromance. Considering the enduring intimacy between these two individuals, it does give rise to apprehensions about their decision not to openly discuss their S orientations, especially in light of the multiple insinuations propagated by individuals both within and outside the realm of social media. As a result, the persistent question remains: will the conjecture regarding Will and Dwayne persist? Adding to the speculation, comedian Bert Kreischer added his voice to the discourse during an interview with Vlad TV. He recounted an episode involving an audition offer from Will's company, which eventually culminated in an uncomfortable interaction with Will personally, further fanning the flames of discussion.
And he liked me. He liked me. He was like, let's go see a movie. I was like, okay. You guys.
Bert also mentioned that Will extended an invitation to watch a movie, but his father cautioned him, suggesting that Will probably had alternate arrangements. Bert proceeded to comment that numerous prominent male figures in Hollywood have fantasies about regressing to a younger age. This leads us to Will's suspected associate in these claims, Diddy. Similar to Will, Diddy has faced long-standing allegations regarding his S. One facet of these allegations involves a certain circle in his entourage, where he purportedly introduces his young musicians to Portuguese practices, a notion that is particularly unsettling.
L.A. Reid's idea, right? We're sending you
New
over
York
to
City.
something called Puffy Flavor Camp.
There you go.
To learn
Flavor Camp.
Yeah,
Flavor
that's what it
Camp.
was called. And you're going to go to Puff Dad.
While there hasn't been any direct confirmation about Will Smith's purported S engagement with any of these individuals, the persistent conversations surrounding this subject underscore its notable presence within public discourse. This revelation attracted the audience, and one of them said, "People assume that a celebrity wife does not know that her husband is gay and that he is on the DL, but I feel that in most cases the wife knows, is gay herself, which then makes an agreement to enter into a lavender marriage for business reasons. For me, Reynolds Lively, Wade Union, Smith Pinkett, Cruz Holmes, Urban Kidman, Jay-Z Beyonce, etc., etc." Another one added, "It all makes sense because if their marriage has been done for the past 10, 15 years, then him being gay might be a reason why, and she knows she has to protect the bag, so she's definitely not going to say anything during those times, but now she's kind of hinting it because she knows she still wants that bag for the future, so she doesn't want to mess that up." So keeping in mind all these allegations, people have suggested that Jaguar Wright's claims may be true, and in that long list, it is possible there might be Will's name. And it all got revealed when a new video surfaced of him telling guests at one of his legendary white parties in the Hamptons that it was time for the kids to go home and the real partying to begin. In footage, Diddy stands, champagne glass in hand, like a dictator on his balcony as he calls in the quid pro quo for the hospitality so far extended. It's impossible to hear his words today without catching in them a sinister overture to the sort of debauchery which now sees the rapper charged with a slew of heinous crimes and held without bail on S-Side Watch in Brooklyn's Metropolitan Detention Center. Diddy's name will be forever tarnished by the charges he now faces of SA and violence, K-nap, arson, and possession of firearms, and the revelations of S freak-offs, which allegedly lasted days and saw participants, often S workers, forced to rehydrate via an IV drip in their aftermath. But back in the day, before he stood accused of running a criminal enterprise and was deemed a threat to society and justice, celebrities clamored for an invite to Diddy's era-defining white parties held at his East Hampton home between 1998 and 2009. That's it for today. See you in the next video. Until then, goodbye.